Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Do We Know Them, episode 286.
No costumes today. Sorry to disappoint. We slayed very hard last time,
We
though.
did. We need like a breather in between.
Yeah. That's why it's our spooky shirt episode. So welcome. Still the same vibes. We're big Halloween people over here.
What's yours today?
Mine is skeletons all dressed up for Halloween, I think, around like a cauldron of candy.
Oh, are those like your cute, airy ones?
Yeah, they are. I just realized I was wearing my Apple Watch.
Don't want to get cancer.
I don't like to wear it on the show. I'm like, okay, that's a little bit much. I don't need to track my
your
sitting.
heart rate. Mine is actually a skeleton and he's drinking some tea, perhaps. Or in my case, it would be hot chocolate.
Oh, well, we're both wearing skeletons. There you go. We planned that.
I think most of my Halloween ones are skeletons, honestly.
I know, mine too.
But I have to say, I like how this one looks on camera, but I hate it in real life. It's like from Amazon. It was like $10 maybe. And the material just feels like it's like disposable. But I've had it for like 4 years, so.
Oh, so not disposable at all.
I mean, I only wear it once every year, but
there you go. Well, anyway, guys, we do have a full episode for you today. There's 2 topics, and the first one, I actually had gathered this without even consulting anybody because I kind of knew we would cover it when I saw it on my For You page. So that's some good entitled food influencer stuff. We've covered things like this on our Patreon. Not specifically like this, but in the air of like, what is the, you know what I mean? In the genre, I think is what I was getting at.
In the same sphere.
Yeah, of like food influencers who are asking to be compensated by small businesses in order to give them a review type of thing.
Was the last one we covered on Patreon the French toast one?
Yes, it was.
I've been thinking about that French toast ever since.
It does look really fucking good. The creme brulee French toast. Oh my God, guys.
We need to go to New York.
But also we covered something like that even here, where it was the opposite reaction, though. It was a food influencer, but everybody was on her side because when she went to the business to do the collaboration they agreed on, she basically got like made fun of by the owner. And the guy was just like, well, what are you going to offer us? You don't even have a lot of followers and that type of thing. And everybody was on her side. So I always find it very interesting how things kind of flip-flop depending on the situation.
The difference for the French toast one, which go subscribe to our Patreon and watch it if you haven't, it was that the circumstances weren't that different, but it was like just the vibe the influencer gave off afterwards.
The way he told the story was not great. Yeah. And I also think his TikToks like previous and after it, like it just kind of sat wrong with people and people just got a bad vibe from his character versus the girl that we covered. People just got a generally good vibe from her and really didn't feel like she deserved that treatment. And I mean, nobody deserves that treatment. If you agree on something, don't fucking make fun of someone when they come into your restaurant.
Well, but that was the thing. It was like he did seem like he was potentially wronged in the situation.
Right.
But it was just like his attitude. He came off as really pretentious and she came off as really authentic.
Yes. So, you know, people do catch vibes when you're looking at people's stories and how they recount it. It really does help sway things in one direction or the other. This one is a little different. I mean, I don't even know what to make of this one. Have you seen it?
No. So you told me that there was a like entitled influencer one and then I like saw us get tagged in it a bunch of times. So I clicked on it and like started to watch it, but then
oh my God.
For others.
It's really something. So we'll just start with that one. Basically, this involves 2 people, or I guess a business and an influencer. And the business is JL Patisserie. I should know how to say that word. That is a French word for bakery, but I don't.
I wouldn't have said it correctly, so I'm glad you did.
So this is a French artisan patisserie. So it is a bakery and they have like really, really yummy looking croissants and things like that. All sorts of treats.
Pastries, yep.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then the influencer we're going to be talking about is Glamorama. And she's, I don't know, I think under 10,000 followers is considered a micro influencer. Is that right?
I don't know what the parameters are.
I did a graph on it once when I worked with corporate, but I just don't remember. I think...
You're like under 50.
No, I think literally under 10 is micro. I think over 10 is some other word that they use. I don't fucking know. But anyway, she doesn't have a ton of followers. I'll just say that. And that is kind of relevant because not that it makes it better when an influencer acts entitled and they have more followers, but at least you can like...
It makes more sense.
A little bit. Like you'd be like, that's wrong of you. You shouldn't do that just because you're a big influencer. But her... It's like, ma'am?
You kind of like at least understood how they might have gotten there, like how they got
so cocky
in their head to be like, I'm really great.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to watch in a little bit of a different order than I saw it. I first saw the bakeries post and that's what kind of blew this all up. But I just first want to show you Glamorama's review because this is kind of the order it went in. So she posts this review and then the JL Patisserie sees it and says, wait a second, things went down in a very different way. And now you're posting this review. This is insane. So then they post their their video. So let's watch hers first.
Okay. Does she name drop them?
She does. Yeah. She does like a lot of food reviews, and I will say her food reviews are very particular. She curses a lot, which like I'm obviously not opposed to, but like she's just very like, she frames it as like, I'm very honest. You know what I mean? But she's also kind of,
it feels weird to do in a food review though.
A little hardcore. Yeah. Like how intense is food? You know what I mean? But okay.
Arizona people, I do not mind spending $10 on a pastry if they are really good, but you cannot use fake ass ingredients. That pistachio color is about as natural as my boobs, ass, and waistline. The coffee was super sour and acidic, but I prefer a creamy chocolatey espresso. $5 for a canali. I didn't even pay that in Santro fucking pay, but that's the price next to the Phoenix airport. Okay. I was also super disappointed in the quiche. I prefer a quiche with a thick, rich, buttery crust. This had a paper thin crust. If I wanted to ingest this much eggs, I would have eaten an omelet. I absolutely loved the pumpkin pie croissant, but everything was a little on the sweet and rich side, which some people love. Personally, I like my sweets a little less sweet, so I'd rather get treated like shit and go to Paris baguette.
Okay, well, there's a lot to kind of digest there, but I kind of hate when people who review foods are like, I'm gonna try this dessert. I don't like sweet things very much. I'm like, well, then why the fuck are you eating it? Why?
No, when she said it was rich and sweet, I was like,
perfect.
Yeah, a pumpkin pastry.
Great.
No shit.
Sounds delicious. Also, like, for instance, I think a good way to do it though is Keith Lee. He always reviews things that are sweet, but he always says like, this is my score because I don't like sweets, but like if you love sweets, you're gonna love this. Like the way she framed it was a little bit, I don't know.
Yeah, well, and he also usually tries a bunch of other stuff too,
right?
That it's not the main focus.
Yeah.
It was just like, well, they wanted me to try this.
Yeah.
And then sometimes he does like it. So then you know like, oh my God, well, if he likes it, then it must be good.
But it's just her being like, I'd rather be treated like shit and go to Paris again is insane. Like, listen, I know Parisians don't really like Americans for a good reason, but also I did not get treated badly there at all. I did purposefully speak to them in Spanish so they would not think that I was American. I did. I've
only been once and it was only for a few days, but I didn't have any bad experiences.
Yeah. No, same. I mean, but imagine her character in France too, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like they wouldn't like her.
Yeah.
A lot of forced jokes that
I
just
agree.
were like a little unnecessary.
Yeah.
I get if that's your brand, sure.
All of that being said, I think if you stay away from the expensive ingredients like these nuts, you can definitely
that
enjoy
made me wanna
delicious.
That one was too far.
So then she literally shows like the address and stuff. Like she shows the name and everything. So I guess it's Jenna Lerqueen Patisserie. I think that's why it's JL. Anyway, not important.
It's hard because I feel like like showing the, like it's a company, like you could, even if she just showed the name, you could look
and
it up.
I think most
but
food reviewers do show it, whether they like it or not. However, I think that it is very shady if you tried to get shit for free, didn't get it, and then made this review, which is what happened, spoiler alert, then I think it's very shady to do this. If you're just a guest and you're just like going and trying it and giving your honest review, who gives a shit? Like obviously you say the name of the place, and if you liked it or didn't like it, you're a paying customer. It's the same as like leaving a Yelp review.
The vibe though that she gives off is that like she didn't not like it that much. Like she seemed like she was reaching to say how it was bad.
Okay. Well, even in her caption, it says, please help me find a better pastry shop. That's the first line. The pistachio cruffin and the pistachio chocolate croissant both had a super fake pistachio flavor, like the one from Baskin Robbins. That is an immediate no for me. Although they tried to trick me with having some real pistachios in it, it was very obvious. I froze the pumpkin croissant and ate it the next day, and it was still super crispy and delicious.
So not the point, but you froze a croissant and then ate it the next day? Why would you freeze it?
Oh yeah, you could freeze all sorts of pastries. They're like brand new.
Yep, but for the next day?
I mean, yeah, the next day you could have probably just left it on the counter and popped it in the air fryer.
It feels a little aggressive, but okay.
Yeah. So this is the bakery's response.
So we recently had an influencer reach out to us. And
okay. Well, there's screenshots throughout this, so we have to kind of like pause a lot and read. But they start throwing up screenshots immediately. And this is from Glamorama, who we just saw her review. It says, hello, many friends have highly recommended your pastries. They look amazing. I saw the pumpkin one on TikTok. I was hoping to come
She really likes the pumpkin one.
She does. I saw the pumpkin one on TikTok. I was hoping to come do a real Saturday or Sunday. Would you be interested in a collab? Thank you. I think that's fine. I think it's a little interesting under 10,000 followers, you know?
I was just going to say, I mean, if I was the business owner and I had people with not even 10, it was like 9,000, I would be like,
I think I would do it just because it's like a couple of pastries and the likelihood of something going viral on TikTok is high. Like people are looking for things in their area all the time. I look for things in Atlanta constantly and I find a lot of things through random posts. So.
I guess it might depend on like how many people they have doing that. If it was like pretty constant, that it was like people like asking all the time, it would be annoying. But yeah, if it was like once in a while.
Yeah, not a huge deal.
It definitely could be valuable.
Right.
Yeah.
and asked to do a collaboration and we respectfully declined because it was not in our budget right now. Then she essentially tried to blackmail us by saying,
okay, so a lot of things get thrown out there. A lot of things and words get thrown out. I do think the blackmail is a little crazy. I remember when she first said this, I zoomed in so quick. I was like, what do you mean blackmail? So it says, when it's a collab, I will still do the honest review and highlight / focus on what I enjoyed and be softer / quicker on my words with what I may not like as much. If the experience is terrible, I won't post anything for the kindness of the hospitality. The meal will need to be comped, including the gratuity.
Okay, they aren't showing their response, so I don't know what they said to elicit this response. But saying you respectfully declined and then this being the follow-up is crazy.
Yeah. They must have inquired at least a little bit more, because why would she offer
what does
this
a
up?
collab entail,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Something would have had to have been prompting this response.
To make it seem like they were just like, no, sorry, we can't.
And
then
what is the collab?
This is insane.
No. However, does this equate blackmail to you? I don't really see this as blackmail.
No, if anything, it's just like a little like, okay, maybe we don't trust all of her reviews.
No, 100%. I think it's a little bit embarrassing. Although, I think when we covered this on Patreon, the guy had told them, like, if it's bad, we won't, like, I'm not going to post something. I think that's maybe a common thing with food reviewers, because it's like, you were nice, you gave me something for free.
I think it was just that he only would do a review if it was good.
Yes, he said something like that. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I do think that like low-key makes sense.
Sure. Yeah, just don't promote it. Like, you don't have to bash them.
So that's essentially what she's saying.
Yeah, I guess it's just kind of feels a little like...
Especially considering her review, it does feel a little bit shady, because it's like,
yeah,
now then she came on and made jokes, and
it doesn't seem like blackmail, but it does seem like retaliation, perhaps.
Right, exactly. Vindictive, for sure.
By saying if we offered the food for free, she would then write a good review about us. I told her we'd think about it, but she still came in the next day.
Okay, so I guess after this, they didn't actually decline, because she says, I told her we'd think about it, and then she just came in. Yeah. So that's hardcore, but okay.
A choice.
Although we hadn't agreed to collab with her, we recognized her when she came in, and we still were very accommodating and offered her extra drinks. So we totally respect a bad review. But what we don't like is lying and bullying. The first thing she said was that our pistachio was so faked. Fun fact, we have right here our pistachio paste that is 100% pistachios from Italy.
So she starts going into ingredients. When she showed this tub, I said, I must look into this. So yes, I did. I cropped it and I reverse image searched. And it's very, very difficult to find the ingredients, I will say.
This is the most random thing to be like,
oh yeah, I'm on the case,
know what?
honey. Yeah.
I love it.
It's called a pre-gel pistachio. And there's only one website that offers the ingredients. The actual website where they probably got it from does not even offer them. And the ingredients show 99% pistachios. I will say,
I'm dying. This was your little deep dive.
I literally, when I saw 99, I said, wait a second, that's an inconsistency. That's not 100%. That's 99.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
And then we got emulsifier, lecithin, antioxidant, alpha tocopherol. Anyway, probably things to like help with the shelf life. But I do think she's being pretty honest.
Pistachio.
Yeah, it's not fake pistachio, and it's definitely not like pistachio extract or something that's going to give a super artificial flavor. So I do think the food reviewer can like pretty much be called a liar for that one. And I do think she was very confident about it too. So that's, you know, that's pretty bad.
Well, she mentioned it a few times and compared it to Baskin Robbins.
Right. So. That was the line that she crossed.
Yeah, which I do love Baskin Robbins, but I don't think they're using 99% pistachio paste. But speaking of pistachio, little side note, when we were in Vegas, we went to brunch, and one of the things, I think it was maybe like waffles, they had pistachio.
No, it was the French toast, wasn't it?
That was it.
Oh,
yeah.
It was so good.
And I like was debating on what to get, and it was like between that and something else. And I had realized that I don't know what pistachio tastes like.
Oh, interesting. I love everything
and
pistachio.
I still don't know. When I was even trying to ask everyone at the table, and no one could really give me
I think
like
when
a clear
I gave
answer.
you the piece of it, I did dip it a little bit. It's like very rich. Like I love to eat pistachios that have been roasted and salted.
See,
I can eat those all day
I don't
long.
like nuts.
Oh, really? But pistachios are like the
But
gods
I feel like it's
of
not
nuts.
a normal nut.
Yeah, but I do think that in general, pistachio, like for it to be an artificial flavor, I'm like, it's not like fucking, what is it called? Like almond extract, where you can just taste it from a mile away that you're like, there's almond extract in that. Like, I feel like...
Well, no, but like I think of how like fruit stuff. Like if you have something that's like grape flavored, like that doesn't taste like grapes.
Yeah, or like banana flavored.
Like
and you're like,
flavor.
that's artificial.
Yeah,
but I've never ever, and I love pistachio things. So I get pistachio ice cream. I get all sorts of things. Like, what is she? Oh my God. Made me flashback to seeing Tyra Banks call herself a super taster. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, I found my we love the internet of the day. But yeah, like unless you're Tyra Banks super taster, how the fuck can you even know? Like I just feel like, especially because they're using real pistachios, she just made that up is what I'm getting at. I don't think she's
and not
honest.
to mention like going into that bakery where like this lady has like a French accent. Like
no,
it
she's
seems
French.
like they're pretty legit.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't automatically jump to they have a bunch of fake shitty ingredients.
Agreed. And she literally now goes into the ingredients for a hot minute.
All of our flours that we use in our product, the farine de blé, épeautre, gruyère rouge, all comes on a pallet from Europe. And also, this is our panettone flour, straight from Italy. It's written entirely in Italian. Not bad for close to the airport bakery.
She did call it a close to the airport bakery, which is shady.
I told you it's
for sure.
It's right near my old stomping ground.
Beyond the fact that we spend 10 times the amount of money to buy the ingredients, the most valuable part of our product is the time we spend to make them. From our sourdough starter to our dough, every single thing is
a really intense
handmade
kitchen.
from scratch.
To make this, we spent 6 months. Yeah, to learn it, how to feed it, know how to work with it.
And it only likes the flour from Italy. And this isn't just about me. This specific influencer has gone to many different local restaurants and bullied them. The problem is if the next generation is influenced by her to believe it's okay to bully and disrespect the food industry. We like working with influencers, but acting like the working class is beneath you.
Oh yeah, God, they really went into her social media and found some shady ass shit. Because this was a comment that she left to someone. I guess maybe they might have been hating on her. I'll give them that. I don't know the origin of this.
I don't like these responses regardless.
No,
though.
100%. But she says, someone who will make more money sleeping than you ever will.
She only has 9,000 followers.
I don't know how much money you make sleeping, but I really doubt that.
Like, if you are, like, give us some tips.
Yeah, maybe she has like a very intense side hustle that we don't know about. But if it's about being an influencer, and even if it was fucking true, how tacky, gross.
That's what I said. I don't like those responses anyway. Like, oh, I'll make more money, or like I could buy you, or I like no.
Yeah,
like
and notably, she has far less followers than the bakery, like way less.
Well, that's what I said when you pulled it up. I was like, did they have like a lot of them? Like almost 400,000 followers.
Yeah,
is crazy.
no. But I mean, there was a lot of people in the comments of this just talking about like influencer culture in general and how basically like it has just bred a ton of entitled people who do go around acting like this. And I think she's a perfect example of that. I don't think everybody's like this. I do think though that the whole like getting shit for free and stuff, it's a slippery slope. Some people, they lose their head real quick. I mean, you lost it before 10,000 followers? That's insane. Do not let her get to 100,000. It's over.
Oh my God,
if she does.
Once she gets 10, she's gonna have like balloons and like a cake and
100%.
everything.
She's going to Party City. Oh no, she can't. They closed down. Well, best of luck, queen.
Oh, R.I.P.
Yeah.
I think there is a big difference between influencers, quote unquote. First of all, people that self-identify as influencers and people that other people identify as influencers, and then also as creators in general.
100%. I also think there are ways to like leverage your following to get free stuff in a way that's not a super dick manner. You know what I mean? Like you can get free shit, but you don't have to like slam a business who doesn't want to do that with you or like.
Exactly. I mean, so many Beauty Break, not so much because we didn't usually shit on most of the products we tried, or we just did a bad job trying them. So it was like not a good return for the brand. But for Beauty Trippin', for example, most of the services we got were free. And it was in exchange for like, hey, this is going to get over 1 million views, over 2 million views. And we never were like bashing them, even if it like wasn't the best thing ever. It wasn't like a negative experience ever.
Well, that's why I totally do understand why she was saying for the hospitality and for the collab, I'm not going to bash you, even if it's horrible. Like, I do understand why she said that.
Also, it kind of is like, that's like you're saying the quiet part out loud.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
that's
yeah,
true.
You shouldn't do that. But like saying it implies that like you would have shit on them.
And she did.
Again, it's not blackmail, but it was like shady.
Kind of message on social media and bribing us for free stuff is not really something we support. My biggest pride in what I've built here isn't just how I source my ingredients, but it's having found the people to be in my team that wake up every day and that care about what we do, our processes, and that work really, really hard to do this. And most of all, thank you to our customers, sincerely, because it's thanks to you that since day one, I get to live my dream of having a bakery. And thanks to your support, I've been able to continue to be as true to my art.
And the caption says, I will forever dedicate my time and energy to continue to make it right to the people who value my team's hard work and have respected us and supported us since day one. So obviously, She's super passionate
Yeah, it
about
was
the
like, I
bakery.
think
This probably was
Glamour-
really annoying to her.
Glamorama,
Glamorama.
whatever her name is.
Great name. Super memorable.
She seemed to have picked the wrong one.
I agree.
Like, this
No,
wasn't like a
100%.
McDonald's. Like, this is like someone that like genuinely is very passionate about
Yeah.
pastries and like has dedicated their life to.
And just because though somebody does dedicate their life to it and they're passionate about it and it's a small business or whatever, it doesn't mean that somebody can't go in there and not like what they're eating. They're customers. Like, that makes sense.
But back to what I said in the beginning is that it seemed like she was going out of her way to shit on them. Like, it didn't seem
And
like
you
she
said
really
that
had that
before
many
you even
complaints.
saw
Yeah.
this. And like, now that you know that there was an agreement, or not even an agreement, but there was like the proposition of an agreement, and that's what she wanted and she didn't get it, so she came in and shit on them. It obviously makes her look fucking awful. People have brought up so many times in all these food review things, especially the one that we covered also on Patreon, where it was like, can you guys not afford French toast? Can you guys not afford a couple pastries? And it's not to like shame people who can't afford them. It's like, you're like demanding free shit and then throwing a fit when you don't get it.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
Like, if they want to give it to you, sure, that's great. But like, don't be a little
if
whiny
they
brat
don't,
if you
go to the next place.
Exactly.
Stop. Like, this is insane.
Or just like, don't go any more places.
100%. But then Glamorama responds. She decides, let me stitch this. And I'll let you guess whether she did an amazing response that won everybody over or not.
Wait, also, didn't the bakery owner say that they did give her like free drinks or something?
Yeah. They said they recognized her. And so like, they didn't give her everything for free, but they gave her a couple things for free. Probably, you know what? Probably that coffee she called sour.
Which honestly,
like,
I don't
that's the only
drink
drink I
coffee,
saw.
but that is like a very, like, is coffee ever sour?
I know what she means. Like, acidic. Like, I'm an espresso whore. Like, I definitely am very particular about my espressos. That's why like Starbucks tastes like every espresso they have ever put into a coffee is just like torched with the might of the sun. Like, literally they burn every espresso they touch. No offense, baristas, but something's wrong with that coffee. I don't fucking know. But like, yeah, I can get like when you try an espresso that's more acidic. I just think that's insane if she said that about the free one, because she specifically told them if they gave her something for free, she wouldn't shit talk
Right?
it.
Well, that's why I'm like, it seems like they did kind of hold up the part of the deal that you guys didn't
Correct.
even agree to because you just showed up unannounced.
God damn, someone finally stood up to me. You know what? I gotta
Oh
say,
no.
fucking kudos, for real. I respect that. I do. What I don't respect are the lies.
What
What
are
in the
those
fucking
glasses?
Charlotte Russe sunglasses?
I was like, are we
I
in
can't.
2007? What is...
Literally, yes, we are. Welcome. We're back.
They're bigger than our bug glasses.
Oh my God, our goggles. She wears them in every video too. No offense if you own these, okay? It's just insane that that's like her staple. Like, I think that you could wear them, maybe just not every day.
So, here are the receipts. You want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
So basically, she shows us the in-between. So I will say the bakery's responses were super cropped. So now we get to see like maybe a bigger scope of the conversation. But anyway, after she reached out to them, they responded to her and said, "Hi, thanks for thinking of us. Unfortunately, right now we have no budget at all to spare, so we wouldn't be able to do a paid partnership with you. Hope you understand. Thank you." So I think when they heard collab, they thought she wanted to get paid.
Yeah. Well, like the French toast one where it was like $4,000 for a post.
Exactly. And then, this is why she elaborates. So she says, "Hi, thank you for your response. I'm not sure if you're familiar with my page, but I do honest reviews. I do not charge for my content." And then that's where she says, when it's a collab, I will still do the honest review, blah, blah, blah. And then after that, she says, "If this all looks like something you would be interested in, let me know. Thank you." I think up till now, totally fine.
Cropped did take away some context.
I will agree. I agree on that.
You can't handle the truth.
Okay.
I can't handle.
Yeah, the in-between screaming is driving me nuts. Anyway, the bakery responds, "Okay, thank you for clarifying. I'll let the team know and we will get back to you." She says, "Sounds great." And then the next day, presumably, because that's what they said, "Hello, I never heard back from you. We went in this morning. The staff was very kind. The pastries are beautiful, but there were definitely more missed than hit from what we ordered."
What?
Why did she send that?
Like, thanks for the unsolicited. Like,
Thanks for coming in before we decided and had time to talk to the team. And then also thanks for letting me know that you don't like our pastries.
they said, thanks for coming by and the feedback.
Which I think is kind considering. I do think it's insane. Even if this was like a week later, if they haven't gotten back to you, how urgent was it that you needed to get into that bakery? Was there no other bakeries around? Like, they're in talks with their team. Follow up with them. You didn't even follow up. You just showed up.
Yeah, this is like double texting, but like a very extreme.
Right. 100%.
I never said that I would leave a good review for a free meal. I have never done that, and I will never.
No, yeah, you did.
You actually,
No,
that was
you
pretty
said that.
much exactly what you said, though.
You said that if it was a bad review, you just wouldn't leave it at all. So I think that's all implying that you were just going to say something if you had something nice to say. We're not dumb.
So I think it's a bit of a stretch to say that I was bullying you. You have way more followers than I do. You are way cooler than I am. I will admit that. Like, I would love to have the online presence that you do. So
We know.
You're kind of punching down. My video got what, like 7,400, I think, maybe 12,000, 13,000 on Instagram. It didn't do great. I also said nice things in that video. I actually do think if you stay away from the nuts, if you're like me that don't like that fake pistachio flavor, I still have one of your other pastries here. Well, this one was a pistachio, so it hasn't been eaten yet, but the pumpkin one that I...
Oh my God.
We get it. We get it. You
You're
love the
really
pumpkin.
driving
God
home
bless.
both
Thank
of the
you so
fake
much.
pistachio,
But my
good
God.
pumpkin. We get it.
loved and raved about. I'm not exaggerating. I ate it about 2 hours ago, and I will say it's been frozen for days since Saturday. Pulled it out after about 30 minutes. It was still phenomenal, and I'll stand by that. We also didn't get free drinks. We did get a free shot of espresso, which was so nice. Like the Frenchman that works there.
It was the
singular?
espresso.
Or was it
This
each
sour
of you did?
espresso. I think free shots, she said. No? Probably each.
No, she emphasizes that they didn't get free drinks.
They got a free shot of espresso.
But she says we got a but I'm like, did they make you split it? Like,
So that
I
would be
think they gave you
drinks. That's two.
Yeah.
He was the sweetest man ever. I said I liked my coffee strong. He sent out a free shot of espresso. That was so, so nice. Regardless, Jenna, I respect your balls. I do respect your talent. It may not be always my taste, but I do respect your talent. I think you make beautiful pastries. I'd work on that quiche though. And I hope both your sides of your pillow are cold at night, and I do wish you nothing but the best.
She confuses me.
Oh my God.
greatly. Her tone is like telling me that I'm a little bitch who's a stupid piece of shit, but then like her words are saying something else. Like her energy doesn't match her
then
words. It's very confusing.
She'll like start to turn it around, and then she undercuts it with like a really unnecessary like work on your
Right.
quiche though. Like, okay.
Yeah, that was unnecessary. And then she writes in the caption, I never said I would write a good review. I said I would do an honest review. I said if it was terrible, I wouldn't do a review at all for the hospitality. That means you would only write a good review, but okay. And you're not writing them. Why is everybody saying write? You're talking about them.
That's
I don't
funny.
even know if that's considered. I gave her a chance to respond to my feedback before I posted the reel, to be fair, which I have never done before, but because she's a woman-owned business, I wanted to give her a little extra slack. Wait a second. So your feedback was just more hits than misses, or misses than hits.
You wanted like a response from what was she gonna do? Oh my God, tell me more. How can I make it more to your liking?
Yeah,
like
look at what
shut
she says. All she said was thanks for the feedback. You didn't even get specific. You didn't say, hey, your pistachios taste fake. Your espressos are sour. You didn't say any of that. You said there were more misses than hits. Did you want her to be like, please elaborate,
Apparently
queen?
that was her responsibility to ask what the misses were, because she said no questions
yeah.
of what went wrong or what they could have done better. Well, yeah, because you sent her that message and that was weird.
And she probably thought like, oh my God, she already fucking came in. Like we didn't even decide on like whether she was going to do that or not. Like they probably thought you were weird, to be honest.
It also probably just gave the vibe that like you didn't really not like it that much. You were just being petty because you didn't get the collab.
Yeah, she continues on. I have received terrible meals for free and never posted them because I could not say they were good. I have also been offered a lot of money to post nice things about restaurants and turned it down every single time.
I'm sure you have.
I always make sure the server is covered with a 20% tip, whether that comes out of my pocket or the restaurant's. I came here because I heard it was great and I wanted to do a positive review. I still said nice things about the pastries. I do think they are a bit rich and sweet for my taste, but I did love the pumpkin one.
Wait,
We know,
also
queen.
back
We
up
know.
to I always make sure the server's covered with a 20% tip, whether that comes out of my pocket or the restaurant's. So you make the restaurant cover the tip.
Yeah, that was in the messages. She says that. She said I would need to be like comped plus gratuity. That's what she says.
I guess that's nice. But
Yeah,
weird.
I think it is nice.
Yeah.
I think that she's a little bit rough around the edges, and I think in general she needs to reconsider if she is approaching these restaurants for reviews. She needs to reconsider if they turn her down, not reviewing them,
Yeah,
because
just
I do
walk away.
think that it could definitely be seen, like this one definitely was seen as like bitter and like we can't trust your review because you might just be salty because you didn't
Seems
get,
retaliatory,
comped.
not genuine.
Yeah. And like now she's like, I hope both the sides of your pillow are cold. I hate when people, and she may be being genuine, but there's so many people like this. They'll like talk as if they're saying something nice, but their energy, like I was saying, her energy doesn't match it. And it makes me feel like it's so disingenuous. Like people that say like, oh my God, like I love that so much about you, but like, they don't. And you're like, I don't know.
Well,
You're sinister.
Yeah, it doesn't feel genuine. The whole thing felt
She
weird.
didn't need to go to the fucking airport bakery Okay, she didn't need to. Something tells me there's a lot of fucking bakeries in Arizona. Like, I just don't think that it needed to happen. And it's not that like you can't give an honest review. I just think that like maybe just bite the bullet, pay for your meals yourself so that you can climb up as a food influencer in an honest way. Because I think that if you're already trying to get comped at under 10,000 followers, then you may not be as genuine as you're presenting yourself to be. Like, I think that maybe when you have, you know, 1 million followers or 200,000 followers, I would understand what's in it for the business. But you're asking all these businesses that you're interested in trying their shit, they'll give you something for free, and then you're reviewing them whether they do it or not. I just think it's a sticky territory.
Honestly, food reviewing in general is kind of a murky situation, I think, because so many of them do rely on comped stuff.
That's true. Yeah, it is standard in that industry for sure.
I feel like a food place is not going to do it if they go to your page and see that you are like brutally honest and don't like a lot of things. So then it does kind of call into question the genuineness and like for her whole brand to be honest food reviews. That does feel a little weird.
I agree.
Hey girlies, so we have quite the update. I didn't think it was that long, and then I've literally spent the entire day trying to gather it all because there's a lot of deleted stuff. There's a lot of stuff in general, but a lot of deleted stuff, a lot of fake stuff potentially, and then multiple people. So I guess we will start with what I know is real for sure, and that is that Glamorama, I don't really know how you say it, she has officially left the internet. And honestly, don't blame her. She's been getting reamed everywhere. TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, everyone has decided that they are going to be the accountability police. So I'm not gonna lie, I do feel kind of bad for her because like, was she a shady bitch? Probably. Yeah, I think so. But does she deserve to be like absolutely annihilated on the internet? I'm not so sure. She didn't break any laws, and clearly the bakery's doing fine now. Well, they're doing more than fine, actually. We'll get to that in a second. But I don't know. I have mixed feelings about all of this. First and foremost, I want to say, well, I guess she left the internet, so I don't really know where you'd be harassing her. But I was going to say, don't send any more hate to this girl because I guarantee you she's got enough. But again, she left the internet, so definitely don't send her anything because that would mean that you're taking it offline, and that is insane. So no harassing, no bullying, leave her alone. Basically, she totally erased her TikTok, so it just has nothing on it except for one post. There's some confusion because in addition to that, she then changed the username. So her account went from Glamorama to suddenly then being Aurora G, which I guess is her real name. And I can confirm that that really happened because like when you would click on Glamorama, it would bring you to this new page. But this page, as of the time I'm filming this, actually is deleted too. But earlier today, even I think, and yesterday, it was active and it only had the one post on it that I'm going to read you in a second. And the bio for it said, any posts or comments from Glamorama, which is her old handle, from 10/12/25 and onward is not me. It is a fake account using my identity. My review videos have been deleted. So basically what she's saying is she had switched her account over to this new username, but then because she did that, someone scooped up her other username immediately, and then that person started posting fake shit. So I have a few things I know are fake, but then I also have a few things that I'm not positive are fake. But let's start with the real one. And this one we know is real because it was originally on the Glamorama one before she changed it over, and then it's also on the Aurora G one. So it was the only thing that I think I saw in both places 100%. It's kind of long, bear with me. Hey everyone, first and foremost, I want to address the fake ass ingredients comment. When I tasted the pistachio pastry, I noticed a strong pistachio flavor that reminded me of the extract or flavoring, so I assume that's what was used to enhance the taste. Maybe it was added, maybe it wasn't. Well, it wasn't. We've been over that already, but okay. But I want to be clear that they do use real ingredients as well, and I should have been more thoughtful with my wording. Okay, weird hill to die on. We've already established that it was, as Jessie said, 99% pistachio, so I don't know why she's dying on that hill. But then she continues, I also want to clarify something really important. My review was not revenge for being turned down for a collaboration. I had already planned to visit and review the bakery regardless, paid or not. Well, that's a weird thing to say because you don't get paid, I thought. Like, you get stuff comped, but according to you, you don't accept money. So interesting. She goes on, but I understand with how things unfolded, it might have looked like I did it out of spite. That's not who I am, and that was never my intention. For those who have followed me for a while, you know I always give honest reviews, good or bad. But I also understand now that honesty without compassion can come across the wrong way. When the collaboration didn't work out, I completely respected that and went in as a regular paying customer. My goal was to give an honest review, but I see how that message, followed by a negative video, made it seem like I only wanted free food or felt entitled, and that's not true. That was never my mindset, and I truly regret it came across that way. To the bakery, I'm sincerely sorry for any harm my words may have caused. I respect the time, effort, and heart that goes into running a small business, and I genuinely wish you nothing but success moving forward. At the end of the day, we're all human. Sometimes we mess up publicly, and all we can do is take accountability, learn, and grow from it. Thank you to everyone who's reached out with kindness, and even those who have held me accountable. I hear you, and I'm using this as an opportunity to grow and do better. You know, aside from the weird pistachio comment in the beginning, I'd say that's a pretty good apology / addressing of the situation. But the problem is we watched the video that came before this, and definitely not the same vibe. And then we also have a series of 7 other slides that she allegedly posted. I'm pretty sure this was really her, and this definitely matches the tone of her like previous captions and like everything she has said thus far, which this does not, and everyone's thinking it's ChatGPT. So before I read the slides, I can't read the full caption for this because these slides were all pulled from someone else's TikTok because she deleted the whole thing, but it was posted by a guy named either Jan Vincent Gonzalez or Jan Vincent Gonzalez. Not sure. Sorry, sir. He seems to be one of the only people that was able to screenshot this. I want to start with the caption, although while I appreciate that he screenshotted these, what I do not appreciate about him, and another thing that we'll get to in a minute, is, guys, if you're gonna screenshot stuff and use it on the green screen, at least move out of the way for a second. He never fully moves out of the way of the caption, so I don't fully know what it says, but something along the lines of, I truly hope people will see this as a lesson and realize that bullying can have a real impact that can cause dangerous and violent situations. Something about people they have never even met. And then she tags someone, which we'll get to in a moment, but she tags someone and says that they saw that she already had tens of thousands of people commenting horrible things and then decided to, I guess, just add fuel to the fire. I don't know what it said. So then the slides, we have 7 of them. First one says, "You won. This will be my last video. I'm done creating reels and TikToks for good. I offered to promote a business for free if it was good. Many content creators charge up to 4K. I do for free, so I can do an honest review." Okay, well, girly, with peace and love, you wouldn't be able to charge 4K. Or if you could, you're a hell of a negotiator, but not with 9,000 followers. If it's great, I post it with softer words. When I don't like something, for example, I didn't love this item versus this tasted like shit. So kind. Still honest, just nicer. And if it's terrible, I give the feedback privately and don't post for the hospitality, instead of blasting a business that invited me to their place. I went to JL and paid full price for my pastries and did not say who I was or ask for anything. I even had a hook I thought of for a positive review when we arrived because I thought it was going to be great. I didn't care that they didn't want to collab. Most businesses don't, and that's fine. I know I'm controversial. Right about that. I have thousands of DMs threatening violence against me and my family. If you stop to think for just a moment, maybe you will see the bigger picture here. A mob came after me. People hate influencers, and using words like blackmail and bullying can invoke rage. There was absolutely no blackmail or bullying if you read the actual messages, which honestly I do agree. Bullying feels like a weird way to describe the situation. Bitchy fits, I feel like, but like we said earlier, blackmail was a stretch too. And then I don't know where this came from, if this was referenced somewhere else, but first time I'm hearing about it. She says, "I didn't tell them to turn down the music. I couldn't understand the man with the French accent, but I didn't want to make him feel bad, so I asked if he could repeat himself because the music was too loud. Because I paid, I did an unfiltered review. I sent messages to Jenna, who is the owner of the bakery, showing her the bullying, and she read it and did nothing. Just thanked everyone for their support." And to that I say, even if she did say something, that wouldn't have mattered. Like, people aren't doing it because she told them to, and they're not going to stop because she told them to. You can't control what the internet does, speaking from experience. Like, could she have said, "Don't send you hate"? Sure, but I really don't think it would have made a difference. Then she says, Dottie, who, if you guys are part of the Patreon, you might remember from the French toast episode that we actually referenced earlier in this episode. He is interesting.
Come with me to address the influencer who tried to bully a small business after they wouldn't give her free stuff.
And she says, Dottie, I don't know, saw the thousands of hate comments and decided to make a bullying video of me. When me, my family, and my friends fans are the ones being bullied. People who have commented on posts of mine from way back are being targeted. I had to pack up my home and leave for safety reasons. Insane. Please leave my family and friends alone. It was a mixed review of a pastry shop. I mean, I agree. Like, that is insane to be bothering anyone in her life and even coming that hard for her. Like, threats of violence and like stuff that's going to affect her safety and sanity for that matter is insane. Like, I don't think the bakery wants that. Again, they could say they don't want that and I don't think it would change anything. But then it's stuff like the next slide that is getting her that kind of hate, which is ridiculous. I don't think she deserves it, but read the room, girly. Because she goes on to say, I spent thousands eating shitty meals influencers told me were amazing so they could make their 2 to 4K. That's why I started doing this. I've been offered so much money and have always turned it down because I wanted to do authentic, entertaining, and honest reviews. Promoting a business is work. 2 hours to get ready, 1 hour driving, 2 hours to get there, 2 hours of editing, 7 hours of work I was happy to do for free because I am a small creator, so I wasn't able to monetize on TikTok. Okay. For being real, I mean, you're choosing to do that and you don't have enough followers to be charging people thousands of dollars. So I feel like this whole kind of like acting like a martyr, like she's doing it for free so people can hear the truth is a bit ridiculous. And then she ends it with, I never went after small businesses. When I had a shit meal, I wouldn't post it because I knew it could hurt them. I only left negative reviews on big businesses that I knew wouldn't actually be affected. And my hope was that they would do better. But the trolls win. This is not worth my life or my peace. I'm leaving AZ. Thank you to everyone who supported me and was kind enough to message me during this difficult time. You will never know how much it meant to me. Hearts. So that is gone now. And from what I can gather, the post I read first came after this. So like the good post came after that, the video we already watched, and an Instagram story or a TikTok story. I can't really tell because this was another situation where the woman would not get out of the fucking way. And I had to decode and like fill in the blanks and figure out what half of it said. Not half of it, but there was like some chunks that were missing. But I think I did it. I spent way too long doing it. I don't think it was really necessary because it doesn't really give us too much new information, but it says, over a pastry with a croissant emoji and a crying laughing emoji. I have thousands of messages in my DMs saying things like this. And you could see in this screenshot that there was a DM in the background, but the lady fucking cropped it and then was blocking the rest of it. So who knows what it said? I'm assuming it was bad. And then she says, to everyone who has checked on me, thank you so much. It meant a lot to me. I'm not upset in any way. I don't take any of this personally, but I will say that JL Patisserie AZ should condone this type of bullying. I think she meant to say shouldn't condone, or I missed a word somewhere, but I don't know what I would have added to make that make sense. I think it just is a typo. But then she says, she's loving the attention and sharing gratitude stories. She is referring to the owner. Apparently, she will only not tolerate bullying if it behooves her. Behooves was the only word that I could figure out that I could see the VES, so it could be a different word, but I felt like, but it fit both like spatially and definition. So hopefully that's it. And I still do not think I bullied her in any way. I offered to promote a business for free while doing an honest review. Had it been a collab, I would have given her negative feedback privately so she could improve and not post about it for the hospitality. Most influencers charge up to $4,000 for this and just talk about how great it is. I do it for free so I can be honest. Again, I get the sentiment, I do, but no one was offering to pay her $4,000, so I feel like it's kind of irrelevant. But anyway, yeah, so that was another thing that she posted prior to the good apology. So I think she really dug herself a hole here and it could have potentially gone better. I think it still would have gone pretty bad, but if she had led with the first apology that I read and not posted that video that we saw earlier and not posted any of these, probably would have been a little softer of a landing. Still pretty rough, but softer. But now she just has the internet furious. Like, people are so upset and also just like reveling in her downfall, which again, do I think she fucked up? Yeah. But do I think she deserves to have her life totally ruined and like safety compromised? Absolutely not. Like, I feel like people have done way worse, James Charles, and not seen this kind of reaction. Like, this is pretty insane. And it's a really wide array of people that are commenting on it. It's not like one community. I feel like stuff in the food community really spreads quickly. Also, while I don't think he meant for this to happen, I think that part of the reason it's so big is because none other than Keith Lee has spoken about it. And he doesn't like shit on her or anything, but he definitely sides with the bakery. So I think people saw that and then found out more on their own, and then here we are.
So we recently had an influencer reach out to us and asked to do a collaboration.
I think it's a conversation to be had here, and I think it's very important. So let's talk about it. First, I want to say I commend the chef and her response. Not only was it respectful, it was insightful. It taught me a lot as somebody who do food reviews, because I love seeing the behind the scenes of what goes into making art. And I think making food is art. And I'm not saying none of this a dog pile, because if you know me, you know I don't do the bullying, I don't do the dog piling, I don't do none of that. But I think it's accountability that should be taken. When I say accountability, I mean on behalf of the food reviewer. Not because she was honest and because she said she didn't like the food. I think when you start allowing money to dictate what your opinion is, or to dictate or sway anything that has to do with your opinion, I think that's when you're wrong. And I know it may be like, oh, you successful. It's easy for you to say that. I've been honest since I was on a Paw Patrol chair and I was on food stamps and I was sitting at the little breakaway table or little pull down table that my daughter had. So I'm speaking from experience. I think it's a lot of value in what it is that we do. But I think the reason why we get paid on social media is to be authentic and to be ourselves and to be honest no matter what. And I know a lot of people don't share that same sentiment, but I'm just speaking for myself. And I think it's important to not only say that, but actually put your money where your mouth is. And in my case, I'm blessed enough to say that we just sent 40 people to the state fair. And I specifically said people and not creators, because it was people who had 40 followers. It was people who had 1,000 followers. It was all the way up to 200,000 followers. But it was people who just love food. And with that being said, we coming out paternity leave very soon. And I'm not saying I'm going to this restaurant, but what I am saying is that I love pastries and I'm a bread connoisseur. So if I am invited, I would love to come and get my honest opinion, because to me, everything looked amazing, but I would love to come see for myself. And as always, I appreciate y'all. God bless you. Have an amazing day. I'll be safe. What you do with a little is what you do with a lot. If you say you're going to be honest now and you're not honest, you ain't going to be honest when you get 100 million followers. That's the way I feel.
So just a reminder, Keith Lee has 17.2 million followers. And that video, when I screenshotted it, had 10.7 million views. So needless to say, definitely got a lot more eyeballs on this. And there was already a lot. So kind of... I'm like, oh, I don't really know if that was totally necessary, Keith. I feel like she already was facing the wrath of the entire internet, but now even more so. And meanwhile, Glamorama wasn't lying that the bakery does seem to be loving all of this. There have been videos the last few days that there's a line out the door. So they're doing quite well, which I am guessing probably had a lot to do with Keith Lee. But they commented on his video and said, all this time and all you needed was an invite? We could have saved a lot of time here, Keith. That had 237,000 likes. And then they responded to the comment and said, the invite was officially sent. And also, before she had deleted her account, apparently Glamorama had commented on the guy that had screenshotted all of the stuff that Glamorama had posted on one of this guy's TikToks and said, that's not what I said at all. Read receipts. And basically they were going back and forth over the comment she made about the gratuity. He responds and says, hey girl, and then tags her and says, you said from the screenshots of your DM to JL Patisserie AZ, the meal would need to be comped, including the gratuity. Asking for comp gratuity is enough for me to understand what kind of industry person you are, whether it be in the influencer or the restaurant space. And she responds and says, you're right, it should show you what type of person I am. Many influencers don't tip when it's comped and don't make sure that the restaurant does either. I always made sure either the restaurant takes care of it or I do it out of my own pocket. I was a server and this was a top priority for me. How can you not see that? And he responds again and says, by you asking for the gratuity to be comped in the first place. So what if many influencers don't do it? That's on them. You should set an example then if you don't agree with these people. In fact, that would probably be more of an interesting concept and content if that's the trend you're seeing amongst influencers. But you asking the restaurant to cover it when labor costs and gratuity are already a hot topic for restaurants with slim margins shows a lack of accountability and experience on your part. Also, being a server, you also know, or at least you should know, how a terrible review can affect the business but also the server. Even if we're not talking about the restaurants, have you ever realized how this could have gone poorly for the servers that had to deal with you for your other reviews? What if those restaurant owners decide to fire them because of these honest reviews that you left? And in response to that, she says nothing because she deleted the comments. To be fair, I don't know if she deleted them or if she had just deleted the account, but she didn't delete the account at first, so never mind. I take it back. She deleted the comments. Yeah. So interesting. Anyway, that's pretty much it. There were a couple other posts that did get posted to the Glamorama account after she switched it over, which is why she changed her other bio to that. Also, the bio for that account now says like, message me and I'll give you a shout out in my story or something. So it's like, okay, obviously that's not her. And there was a sketchy like commission sale thing posted on it too. So it's definitely not her. Yeah, sorry for the really long update. I'm pretty sure that's it. If it's not, I'm honestly kind of over this entire situation. But as I said, I do feel bad for her because I think it feels a little disproportionate to the crime, which wasn't a crime. But I hope she learns, but I also hope that this doesn't totally ruin her life. Anyway, if you're still listening, thank you. Back to us. Bye.
But anyway, that's pretty much where we're at. The bakery is thriving. Can't say the same for Glamorama. Wish her well, I guess. I don't know. But that's pretty much it. Just another interesting, possibly entitled influencer? Question mark. I don't know what she's considered, but you know.
It just seemed like
content creator.
Has a big mouth. It needs to like reel it in a bit.
Speaking of big mouths who need to reel it in a bit, This next topic is fucking insane to the point that I thought it was fake and that we would not cover it. And part of me still thinks this is fake.
Okay, so
Genuinely.
I had watched the original video and then I saw a follow-up video and I was like, I don't know about this. Then I texted Jesse. I was like, have you seen about the Mary Kay Cadillac? Which also, we'll get to that in a second, that I didn't even realize that those were a thing. Apparently, they're very well known.
You didn't know about the Mary Kay Cadillacs?
No.
Did you not attend Mary Kay parties as a young adult? Oh, I got bamboozled into a few of those.
I know what it is, and I know it's like an MLM, basically. Then I texted Jessie about it. I was like, have you seen about the Mary Kay Cadillac? And she was like, yeah, I think it's fake. And I was like, okay. I did too, but I had started looking at all the comments and like everyone was very convinced it was real.
On board. 100%.
And then I saw another video and I was like, okay, maybe it is real. And now I kind of can't tell, but either way, it's entertaining.
Either way, it's entertaining. So I'll give it that, but I am pretty skeptical. It's still, I don't know. We have to watch through it. You guys let us know what you think, but I'm not convinced.
I'm proud of you. You've come a long way.
Thank you. No, this one really, my antlers were tickling.
The veneer guy.
So the people we're going to be talking about are Marina, who is actually a popular influencer. And I was talking to Lily that I knew of her because she has a double lung transplant. And this is what she went viral for on TikTok. She would like get her Dunkin' Donuts or like Dutch Bros coffee, and then she would spray the outside of her coffee with hand sanitizer.
Better than the inside.
So the Dunkin' ladies have seen my TikTok now. I honestly love it. Like, I love them over there.
So that's what she would do. I don't need to show you the whole thing. She just talks while she has her coffee, but the beginning, she does that spraying thing and she sprays it with hand sanitizer.
Did she go viral and people like thought it was weird and then they realized that she had a lung transplant?
Correct.
And like, oh,
yeah, and then
sorry.
that became her thing and people like her personality. She's like super like soft spoken and sweet and people just love her vibe. So that's pretty much how she went viral. But she is a double lung transplant, survivor.
Recipient.
And I think that's amazing.
Yeah. I didn't even know that you could get a double lung transplant.
I didn't know that either, to be honest. But anyway, she has been searching for a Mary Kay pink Cadillac. So not a Cadillac that she could paint pink. Okay. It's a very, very big difference.
I mean, she wasn't really searching for it though, right? Didn't she just kind of like stumble upon it?
No. She's been looking for it. Earlier in October, she put this video out because she had found a Mary Kay Cadillac, but it fell through. And this was her TikTok.
Diva down. No, like diva, like incredibly down. Like diva down. Like I need to catch my breath. The Mary Kay car sold. I was talking to the guy and literally last night I made him an offer. He like changed it to a little bit more and I was gonna respond today and he sold it this morning.
So she's been on the hunt for it. So if you don't know, Mary Kay basically is an MLM. Mm-hmm. And when you sell 5 trillion, cleansers, hand creams, I don't know what you have to sell.
It's like makeup.
You
and
have
stuff
to
too,
sell
yeah.
your soul. And then you get the pink Mary Kay Cadillac. And no, Mary Kay does not give that Cadillac to you. They will pay like a portion of the lease to you.
So it's crazy because in the midst of all this, I saw some other videos pop up when I just was searching it on TikTok. And there were people saying that like you aren't allowed to keep it. Like if you stopped working for Mary Kay, you aren't allowed to keep it anymore. And that it was like they kept it very exclusive. But this begs to differ because this is like random people are buying it.
No. So from everything that I understand about the MLM leasing, it seems to be that they will pay a portion of the lease as long as you hold the rank that got you to that, whatever tier it is that helps them pay the lease.
And they repo it.
But you're the only person on the lease. They have no obligation to pay that lease with you. It is your lease. You're taking out that lease with Cadillac.
Yeah, but it was like something about the like the exclusivity of having that color and like everything was like only if you worked there.
I don't know the logistics there, but that is important. The color is like this very, very, very light baby pink. And it does say Mary Kay on the side. And I'm assuming that she likes the pink, or maybe she likes the novelty of like the Mary Kay car. I'm not sure what she likes about it the most.
I didn't even realize that that was the thing. Apparently they were like very sought after. And I guess it's not exclusive to only people that work there because like she doesn't work for Mary Kay and she bought one.
No, it was probably somebody who leased and lost their rank and had to fucking return it.
No, for sure. But it's like the videos I saw from like a couple years ago talking about it made it seem like that wouldn't be possible. That like Mary Kay would take back the car somehow.
Oh, no. Mary Kay doesn't own the car. Cadillac owns the car. They're all just leasing it. So it's all like a facade. It's the same with Monet. Monet will sell you the, what is it? The white Escalade or something. And it's
they all
coveted
have, like, cars.
thing.
That's
yeah,
funny.
but it's like all like them on, it's not Monet on the fucking lease. It's you. Yeah. You know what I mean? But yeah, it is this like very, very light baby pink. I don't know why people want it, but they do really, really really want it. And Marina had been on the hunt for one. And as you can see, one or maybe more had fallen through her fingers. And that is, you know, when you're searching for a specific type of car, especially if it's rare, I could see that being frustrating. You know, you find it and then you're in talks with them, and then it, you know, falls through. So she finally found one. The only problem was it was nowhere near her. So this is what she did.
I found another Mary Kay car. Only thing is it was in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I live in Nashville. So surprise, we're in Cincinnati. We're about to go look at the car. Test drive it, maybe get it.
I love how she drove to Cincinnati and then says, maybe I'll get it. No, absolutely.
Yeah, I was like, I would not be going to Cincinnati unless I was going home with that car.
100%.
Like, test drive it. Why even bother?
She did, though, end up getting it.
When I heard them talking about it before knowing exactly what that meant, I was like, does it say like Mary Kay all over it? And it does have like, I think like a little emblem or something.
Very little.
But it's like not like a Mary Kay branded, it's just pink. Like that's the,
yeah. And it's not like ugly pink. It's like it's cute.
Pink. Yeah. You're looking at the owner of a Mary Kay car. I was at the dealership yesterday all day. I bought the car. I knew I was gonna get it as soon as I saw it. We pulled up in the dealership parking lot and I saw it and like, it says Mary Kay like all over it.
Oh, after I just said
and
that.
It's so beautiful. And it's not an SUV, it's like a sedan, which is perfect because I've never wanted necessarily a big car. I can't wait to show you. It felt so good leaving the dealership. I walked out and this guy was like, hey, I like your car. And I was like, yeah, I just got it. I mean, not only do I have a Mary Kay car, but I have AC. I have like a radio. Like you can look back on any of my videos. I've always said I would never ever drive like a modern car unless I somehow got my hands on a Mary Kay car. I mean, everybody knows like for the past my entire life, I've driven like unreliable old cars. I don't think I've ever had a car newer than like 1989. And that's the way I liked it. That's how I like to be. I like my cars like unique and I like them old. But I've always had just like a soft spot, an obsession, if you will, with the Mary Kay car. I mean, like Elvis had a pink Cadillac. I have a pink Cadillac now.
I just saw Elvis's pink Cadillac at the fucking history, or not, what is it? The Country Music Museum. They have it in Nashville.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. And I took so many pictures and it was actually insane. He had everything. All the accents of the car were dipped in 14 karat gold. He had a TV, refrigerator, everything back there with like a phone. It looked super unsafe. I'm going to be 100% honest.
What year would that have been?
80s?
Pretty impressive.
I guess that. I'm not sure. Yeah. No, it was insane. But yeah, they have it just sitting there.
Old car phones crack me up.
Yeah. There was a whole big ass dial phone dipped in gold there.
Also, like, how did they work?
I don't even know if they did.
Like before cell phones?
So for real. The cord's just dragging outside. I don't know.
Like at one point it was nice. We just then had it for years. But my dad had, he loved like old Mercedes. I think the oldest one was like an 84, but the one he drove usually was an 87. And it had like a non-working phone in it, but it was before cell phones. So I'm like, how, like, obviously he just didn't pay for the service. It could work. But I'm like, how did they have that though? That doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
It's gonna be my next deep dive.
But anyway, Marina's excited. She's posting about it. And imagine everyone's fucking surprise when the place that she bought it from, which is called Oaks Automotive, which is in Cincinnati, Ohio. So this part checks out. This part seems legit. This seems like the place they got it.
That's why all of the comments I saw, they were like, I mean, it's like, that's really the dealership. And like, why would they be doing that? I'm like, that's true.
I know. And they post this, which is one of the most insane things I've ever heard in my entire fucking life. It says on screen, we sold our Mary Kay Cadillac to a very nice customer, ... I guess someone that follows her was not too happy about that.
Oaks Automotive.
Hello. Wait a second. Weird inconsistency. I know this is a recorded phone call. Why is it acting like they're recording it, but they're the one calling her, but the way they answer it is like they're answering the phone from getting called?
Are you know saying what I mean? Why is it being recorded? Like, how would they know to record it?
No, in the beginning, they're recording it, but it's ringing as if they're the ones dialing. But when they pick up, they're answering. They're saying Oaks Automotive, like if they're being called. So this would have to have been recorded from her, from the customer's perspective. Like, why is there a ring?
There could be, because if all of their calls are recorded, it could be that it records the ringing for them.
Maybe.
I don't really know how that works, and I don't know why an automotive place would have all of their phone calls recorded. That seems a little weird to me.
Phone calls may be recorded for quality assurance purposes.
That's true. That's true.
You know?
Hello, I was calling to see if that 2015 Mary Kay Cadillac was still for sale.
Unfortunately, that just sold not even 20 minutes ago.
To that girl, Marina?
Believe so, yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
I've been saving up for that car for 2 months, and that girl is an influencer on TikTok, and she found it yesterday and posted a video saying she was going to go get it, and she's never had to work for anything in her fucking life. Her family be spending months.
Okay, I need a break. It says on screen, Marina, thank you again for your business. It was a pleasure working with you to help get you into your new Cadillac. We wish you a very long and happy life. Thank you for choosing the Oaks family for your new ride.
They say that for a reason.
Yep, they do.
Her family be spending months on end in the Cayman fucking Islands, and she over here could buy a brand new car and could wrap it pink and had to get the car that I've been wanting since I was 9 years old.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I hope she dies.
Okay. Literally that, it was like, ha, what?
I will say, this seems so fucking absurd. I heard this,
This
I
is
thought
what
it was fake.
I thought was fake, yeah.
Yes, 100%, because there's so many layers to it, but then it's also like, why would the car dealership have thought of this? Are they marketing geniuses?
I was just going to say, weird new social media campaign that is just really blowing up. I mean,
I do think though, because the name of the person who made this call, her name is Lucy. And on TikTok, her name is Lucy Goosey. And I will say she's quite the character. And something tells me that maybe this isn't all fake. I think she did that call because she's like a little bit like funny and unhinged. And I think she did that call like on purpose because she like probably follows Marina and saw that she got the pink Cadillac.
Well, okay, so that was my biggest question was how would she have known that, I guess Marina did post about it, but like the fact that she names her, I thought was weird.
Yeah, no, I literally think she is well, she has to be a follower if she knew that Marina was going to get the Cadillac. But when we get to know her character, I literally feel like she's the mastermind of all of this. She's just having a silly, goofy moment. Unhinged as fuck, for sure.
But like
and
without that context, that like it seems particularly like that. I hope she dies. It was like,
yeah,
blood,
no, that was
blood chilling.
Yeah. And also the fact that she didn't record it and she's not the one who put it out, that makes it even weirder because then it's like, if you were calling her as a joke, then like, what's the joke? Like hoping that the automotive people would post it?
Just like pranking people.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Well, and it's interesting because also like they don't usually post phone calls, do they? I didn't do a deep dive on the automotive account, but like I didn't see them posting a bunch of weird phone calls.
No. I will say they're relatively very new. That was their third ever post.
Honestly, it is giving really genius marketing.
Yeah, let's watch their first ever TikTok. Let's get a vibe. Let's test this out a second.
What's up, fuckers?
Okay, well, so that's already a little bit avant-garde. That is a little bit insane. What's up, fuckers? Jake with Oak Automotive here. That's
okay,
insane. Here's
here's my theory. What if Jake from Oak Automotive knows
that
Lucy
bitch.
Goosey and they like collaborate?
Yep.
They were like, this would be fucking
Bingo.
funny.
I literally think we just slayed it and solved this puzzle. But okay, we're going to keep going here.
Especially because Marina has apparently wanted this car for a long time, which I didn't realize that aspect of it. I thought it was just like she stumbled upon it. I didn't know she like drove to another state to go like pick it up. Maybe that was like the inspo, is that they were like, oh my God, people like want these cars. Like they spend their entire lives like dreaming about this car. Like, how about I play someone that is totally obsessed? I'm wondering like if that's completely made up. She never even wanted the car. That was only because.
Maybe. I will say Jake's little commercial here, that was in January of 2024. And then the next post was in August. And then this was literally the post after that. So now they're posting a little bit more often, but it just seems like they weren't super active. So it's kind of hard to tell. That's our running theory. But anyway, Oaks Automotive posts this. Obviously, it looks like Marina literally did get her car from there. I don't think that part is fake. And also, it's important to note, like, Marina has shared that, like, she does work for a living. Like, she's not rich by any means, any stretch of the imagination. That is, like, not an accurate portrayal of her at all. She's not an influencer who's, like, just, like, out in a bikini all the time in a tropical island.
Her family goes to the Cayman Islands.
Yeah, it's like that, very random. But anyway, Marina continued to live her life and make content. She actually posted this where she was going to get her coffee again. That's like her thing, drive-through coffee, hand sanitizer, you know, the whole 9 yards. And this was her interaction.
Okay, we're taking the Cadillac to Dutch for the first time. I'm excited.
Oh, it's so cute.
Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye. Good to see you guys. You too. All my favorite girls were there. I'm so happy. Looks perfect. Let's do a little taste test. Perfect. Perfect day. I know everybody's talking about the voicemail, but I don't care. I have the car and she doesn't. Love you.
That was her commentary on it, basically, like, fuck off, bitch. Then the Oaks Automotive people, they posted a second call from Lucy Goosey where she called back and said she was just being dramatic, which is like, this is where it starts getting unbelievable, where it's like, okay, come on.
It started off unbelievable. I agree. I'm pretty convinced that Jake and her are in on this and that this was like something they thought was funny, that maybe it would blow up, and then it did.
The only part that I would find surprising about that is that Marina wouldn't have been in on it, and it's like she's just out getting her dream car and people just plotted this.
That's what I think is like, that she inspired it because they were like, oh my God, who knew that people wanted this Mary
if she
Kay car?
inspired it, she's a paying customer. So unless she got some kind of cut of this in some way where she got like a discounted rate.
It is weird that it ended with like, I hope she dies. But
yeah, it was like really hard.
Like, had that.
Yeah, there's some holes in our theory.
Yeah, had that aspect not been a part of it, I think it would have been, pretty plausible. That seems like maybe it took it a little too far.
Yeah, especially if the automotive people were in on it and she's actually like signed into a fucking contract with these people and they're like cooking this up behind her back. That would be insane.
Maybe she bought it out with cash.
Maybe she did, from all her riches from the Cayman Islands. But anyway, this is Lucy Goosey calling back.
You can use my other voicemail. I'll give y'all permission because I'm just happy for y'all that you're a family-owned business getting your time. Because I tried to get a Mary Kay car, and I was just being dramatic. And at the end of the call, I said, I hope she dies, because I was being dramatic, and I didn't know that this girl had a double lung transplant. So now people think I'm the Grim Reaper.
This is too much. This is way too fucking much for me. I can't deal with this.
From the other perspective, if this is all real and like Lucy Goosey just like, this is hilarious. And she's like, I didn't know she had a lung transplant.
You should have maybe done your research. Not you knowing where her family vacations, but not knowing her main other situation. Like, that's literally why she got viral.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? They're probably going to exploit me from this phone call too. I just wanted to call and tell them, I'm happy for y'all because I saw that you're a small family business, and I hope that you can monetize and do great things off of how funny and creative that I am. But I do expect my residuals to be ran to me because
I expect the residuals to be ran to me.
This feels like it has to be a joke.
I know. Okay, so this was also another theory that I had where I was like, what if this phone call is one lady and then Lucy Goosey is like some random Gen Zer who's like taking like all the glory for it kind of thing?
So that's what when I first saw even Marina's video, I didn't know that if it was like really like all the people were really connected or if they were all like playing off each other and just like pretending to be, because I feel like that's a big thing now, is that like
something's amidst, I'm just not sure what it is.
Yeah.
On your page ain't even funny. I'm the best thing that's ever happened to y'all. And I just wanted to say you're welcome, because y'all will be selling a lot of cars because of me. Love you so much. Bye-bye.
It's just too much. It's just too much.
It just feels like it has to be a character.
Yeah, no, 100%. This is a comment that somebody left saying, wished call was real though, because that would have been crazy. And then Lucy Goosey responded, it was, girl, what the fuck?
Also, did you think that her voice sounded the same in each call? Because I thought it sounded a little different.
Honestly, I think the calls sound the same. I was having trouble, and I'm not very good at this, so maybe somebody out there is better than me. I was having trouble matching the call voice with Lucy's voice. Because we're going to hear now, she stitches the automotive people, and she talks for a while. So you tell me if you think that sounds like
I just felt like I heard more of an accent in the second call than I did in the first.
She was seemingly crying in the first one. She was a little shaky. So that one is hard to compare.
I hope she dies, though. It was pretty unmistakable.
Hey, y'all. So that is me on the phone.
See, this sounds like the second one,
I just want to say that I don't have any ill intent towards Marina or Oaks Automotive. And I don't actually wish that this girl would die.
Great.
Like, I was just upset because I enjoy Mary Kay cars. and I thought I had found something that was like a secret.
You thought it was
2
hidden
months?
on Oaks Automotive's probably like entire website. Like, what was hidden about it? They were hiding it in a fucking garage.
For 2 months,
What?
if they're that like sought after, I don't think they're just gonna hold it for you. Do car places usually have is the turnover that slow?
No, I literally think, especially if it is a unique car,
Like people will
No,
get, and
I don't think
especially
so at
now
all.
you can get cars shipped. Like that's very common.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any ill intent towards these people. What I meant by whenever I was 9 years old is whenever I was 9 years old, I learned about, the Vietnam War.
I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry.
What are we? You lost me.
Honestly, if she's a troll, she might be the best one I've ever seen.
She's
Because what
really
are you,
committed
the Vietnam
to the bit.
War?
I don't exactly know what the bit is.
I love it, I think. I don't know.
Those interests followed me well into high school, where I took a history of the Vietnam War class.
What's happening?
But what I loved about Mary Kay, is in the 60s, it was all about being a housewife, and the career woman wasn't something that you could do yet. And Mary Kay comes out.
I don't know. Rewind it back to Vietnam. Where does that come in? I need to see the tie-in.
Civil
you cannot
rights,
just
I
drop
guess?
Vietnam from learning it in ninth grade.
I don't know. 9 years old, not ninth grade.
Oh, right. Yeah.
A form of silent rebellion for the women who couldn't come out and be career women like these others could. Was, like selling products door to door, and it was still like a form of revenue, and it was still like a way to foster a community with women. And not only is it like fostering a community
So you love
of women, but it's also like boosting each other up, and having that space to create something beautiful and to show women like we can have something that isn't just a child. We don't have to be of service to anyone else. We can be a little hedonistic, and we can be of service to ourselves. And that was beautiful, and that was really powerful to me as a child, that these women found that through Mary Kay and through Avon, and that's the connection.
Wait, you can't just throw Avon in there. If any of them are important, then go get a fucking Monet, Cadillac, or what is it, an Escalade?
Yeah, don't a lot of these places have car situation?
Yeah, just get one of those.
Feels like maybe you should work for them then.
I know. Also, just in general, MLMs are known to be pretty predatory and not be helping women maybe as they sold themselves to have done back in the day. Right now, they're actually preying on women.
Maybe they could have been that back in the day, but I think they've definitely had a pivot. Yeah.
Mary Kay cars are a specific shade of pink that's owned by Cadillac, and you can only get one. It's very hard to find one for sale, and that's why I was upset.
Holding it for you for months.
I did overreact, and obviously I don't want Marina dead. I didn't come on here in a shouty steed with a hatchet saying, I'm gonna get you, girl. Like I said, I'm happy that she is someone who, is terminally ill and is getting to live her life.
Wait. When she said, I'm happy that she's someone, the last words I thought she was going to say was, that is terminally ill. Like, what?
Is she terminally ill?
I don't think so.
She got a lung transplant. I feel like she's probably healthy now.
No, I don't know everything about Marina's health, but just saying I'm happy that she's somebody who's terminally ill is crazy.
And that is insensitive of me to say with her medical history, but I didn't know that. And with that being said, it is wrong to be like, I hope she dies. But then again, like I said, I'm over dramatic. I was having a reaction because I thought that like my childhood dreams were being ripped from me, y'all. My bad. My bad. I would act the same way if someone took a Justin Bieber ticket from me. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm so
I don't think she is trolling. I think
I literally just now had the realization that I think she's being 100% real. And this is crazy.
I think I'm concerned.
No, this is blowing my fucking... No, even after this, only makes it more concerning because she doesn't just stop here.
Oh, yeah, there's still 2 minutes left.
I'm just kidding, but it's all like good things. It's all, I'm happy for Jake at Oaks Automotive and that whole family business because...
See, that's the thing that makes me think she is in cahoots with them. She keeps calling them a family business. She's so happy for them because they're a family business.
That, yeah.
It seems like she has like a script
and
of some sort to like adhere to.
Specifically when there's definitely like 2 people that were involved in the videos.
Great traction for a family business. This is really great. I hope they sell millions of cars off of this, and like I hope their families can be set up and go to college for generations to come. And I hope that Marina lives a long, happy, healthy life.
Oh my God.
And
stop talking about
girl,
that.
You know what? If you're in that pink Cadillac, blast some city girls for me, bitch. Like, yes. If I ever see a bitch driving around in a little pink Cadillac today, I'll be like, ah!
Oh my God, and they'll run away.
I'm for women and everything.
Call the police.
Like, I mean, you can gather from what I've said, but I just would like to not be harassed anymore. I'm gonna ask that you guys stop showing up to my job and like finding my family online.
Okay. I'm sorry. How did anyone even know who the fuck you were off of your voice on an Oaks Automotive phone call? Bullshit.
You identified yourself, actually.
Yeah, no, this is insane. And she absolutely, this is what makes me think it's fake. No, this absolutely makes me feel like it's fake because there's no way that anybody would have been able to identify you through your voice. I mean, unless they knew you in real life. And like, that's even like a slim chance. She identified herself.
Like, yeah, no, this is too weird.
We keep teetering back and forth. This is a real conundrum.
I said, this is the biggest mindfuck we've ever.
Honestly, it is.
And you know, you guys are probably going to be like, well, you deserve it because you did this. I would also like you to remember that was a private phone call that me and Oaks Automotive didn't know was going to blow up like that.
That's a weird way to put it.
That's a really weird way to phrase it. We both didn't know it would blow up, or you didn't
even
know they were
it was being
recording you and
recorded?
posting
Yeah.
it. Nuh-uh. Now that kind of was a
God,
Freudian slip.
You know, be a little nicer on the interwebs because people have gone for much less, you know? But yeah, it's all peace and love.
Jesus.
It's all bows and butterflies. I don't have any ill intent. I'm just a dramatic girl who wanted a pink car.
I'm a dramatic girl, honey. This isn't what that looks like. Like,
you've referenced
one of the most dramatic people I know.
A little too many times.
Yeah, no, this is fucking insane. And then this is the part that does make me feel like they're in on it because Oaks Automotive comments, Lucy, glad we had a conversation today. Let's work together and get you your own Mary Kay Cadillac.
She's part of the family-owned business.
I agree. I think she's the sister, cousin, niece, I don't fucking know.
Is Lucy even her real name? I need to find.
I don't think so.
I might do some deep diving and see if I can look at Jake's family tree.
You know? Because everybody was commenting back and saying, don't reward this behavior. No, for real. Like, wishing death upon someone is actually insane. Please don't condone or reward this woman's behavior, please. That was like the thing that made it so strange to me, where I'm like, a business, first of all, you just sold this car to Marina. And if you got this, I could totally see laughing about it with your employees, but I don't get posting it.
Well, and outing it to then say Marina's name too.
Yeah.
That felt weird.
100%. There were other comments. This one's kind of funny. To be honest, I probably would have never owned up to this at all. LOL, like that wasn't me. And then it was Patricia, which is what I used to call myself when I would get drunk. So I find that extra funny. But anyway, then she posts this text thread that she claims to have had with the dealership,
which has a number on it, by the way.
Oh, great. We're just in doxing fucking USA lately.
Yeah.
I'm just having to blur everything. But essentially, it was from Oaks Automotive, allegedly, or her cousin, Jake, allegedly. And it says, are you still interested in the pink Cadillac? She doesn't answer. Hello, are you ready to come get this pink Cadillac? And then she says, trying to work out the logistics with my family on how we're going to get there and bring it to Illinois. And then he says, we offer shipping. And she says, I know, we're just trying to figure out the best option at the moment. So if this was real, which I'm not totally convinced, but if this was real, doesn't seem like you want it that bad, honey. If this is like coveted,
like you weren't like
you just can't get mad if somebody gets it before you.
Just give me 2 more weeks. Like,
yeah, that's not how this works. So that makes it seem less plausible that this is real.
Oh my God, wait.
This is the crazy part.
I didn't know that this was an actual thing. I thought it was like a joke.
No. So literally, I don't know where this started, but there was a rumor, I guess, that Lucy put a curse on Marina via an Etsy witch, which I think is a common joke with people in general. Like, I know a lot of people say like they get like Etsy witches to like curse politicians and
Elon
things
Musk,
like that.
Yeah. But like, I thought it was that kind of a joke that was like not rooted in anything, that was based just on her saying like, I hope she dies, because she sounded like a little witchy. No offense to witches.
I don't know where it came from, but it got to the point where Marina actually said this in her video.
This is what I saw, and I thought she was just making the joke.
Oh, no.
So apparently the girl who wanted the car that I bought has paid an Etsy witch to curse me. So naturally, I went to a crystal shop and we're getting some protection for this car and me, because she did say she hopes I die. So let's go tell them I'm cursed and see what they can give me.
She goes to the crystal shop. At this point, I'm like, is everybody in on it?
I was seeing these out of order, and this is one of the ones that I was like, oh, well, she's just playing into it too. Like, it was either like, are they in on it together, or do like none of these people know each other and it's like completely unrelated and they're just playing off like it's like a TikTok improv.
Either way, I kind of fear that I'm like super impressed by it. Like, I'm like so impressed.
I want it to be fake so we can like be more impressed.
Right. Well, I mean, either way, I'm flabbergasted by all of it, but the fact that it seems so orchestrated, if it was real, would also be kind of amazing. Just like the circumstances, like how does this happen?
And just that they're all don't feel really like it's real. Open and willing to be posting about it and like playing into it, because
it's like a perfect storm.
Yeah, like a lot of people, I feel like if someone was like, I hope she dies, like you'd be like, whoa, not going to post about my car anymore.
Yeah.
Like, that's weird. Like, I don't want her to come.
And you wouldn't post that as a fucking car dealership when somebody just bought something for like presumably like 60 grand.
Yeah. I guess like the difference is that she is a quote unquote influencer, the good kind. Right. But that like she was posting about the car. So it wasn't like secretive, really.
Yeah.
But like normally I would say it would be weird for the car place to like reveal the name of who bought the car.
They did just say the first name, but you mean to like a caller?
But
somebody
yeah,
saying,
the caller asked and they confirmed.
That's a good
like
point.
That, you wouldn't do that.
No, that is a good point.
Because like what if she was a stalker?
Yeah. And I think in general, if somebody calls and is like super hostile, no matter what the circumstances, if they're like directly asking you about something, whether it's a customer or a fellow employee or something,
like, we can't disclose that. Like that seems weird confidentiality thing that.
Damn, that's a good point. So if it is real, there's some issues. But now I'm kind of like with the crystal thing and the Etsy witch, because I don't know where that rumor started. It seems like Marina was the first person to actually like put that out there.
Well, and that's why I thought it was just
officially.
like a joke. And then she was just playing into it with the crystal. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
This has been really hard to process.
My brain hurts, actually. But there were several comments, and honestly, none on Marina's that I read that were showing that they thought it was fake.
No one thinks it's
all
fake.
of the top ones. So this one says, okay, well, I'm an Etsy witch too, so I'm going to do a protection spell for you. And that has 147,000 likes. Are you joking?
At the same time, the internet's really gullible, and I feel like there's a lot of stuff that we've seen where it's like, especially when it's like a lot of different parties involved. For example, like Who the Fuck Did I Marry with Risa Tisa?
Yeah.
That like when they like people were making fake accounts for what's his name, it was like everyone believed it. And it was like, oh my God, look at, he's getting a Netflix series. And it was like very clearly re-uploads. So I don't know, like people do believe stuff that I'm like, this is ridiculous. It's not real.
But no, on a large scale, people really believe this. The other comments say file a police report. That has 33,000 likes. The other comment says all over a car, like you snooze, you lose, gorge. That has 25,000 likes. Like people, I think on a very large scale believe this. And now my entire brain hurts. But anyway, Lucy says that she doesn't know who said she hired an Etsy witch, but she says she did.
Wait, the caption on screen says oogly boogly.
Yeah, it's so unserious. And I'm like, I don't know if Lucy's just unserious. And then simultaneously, Marina's also kind of unserious.
Yeah,
and so is the automotive
going
people.
To the crystal place. And like all
too
of them
much.
seem too unserious for it not to be
orchestrated.
There's some collusion going on here.
I agree.
So I don't know who's over here saying that I hired a fucking Etsy witch, because that never fucking happened. I wouldn't even know how to like go about that.
What? You go on Etsy and you search witch. What?
Later, just know I'm gonna figure it out real soon. And expect to hear voices in 3 days. And y'all need to start raising your fucking kids instead of being in my comments, because I know your baby is crying and eating lint off the floor.
But that was too specific. What are you talking about?
Diaper rash looking like a stage 4 pressure sore, bitch.
Not you stuttering on your own. And I don't know what you're talking
what's
about.
A pressure sore?
I'm so confused.
Know that house smell like a mortuary.
Ew.
Your baby ain't got no fucking Pampers, and you're over here worried about my bullshit, probably shitting your pants yourself.
What?
You lost me, girl.
Probably hooked up to the dialysis machine.
What?
Okay, maybe we stop making organ jokes.
I'm like, not you wishing death on the double lung transplant patient and now making fun of dialysis patients.
Like,
ma'am, double homicide. I fear you really, really need to stop.
You know, fucking water not a day in your life, and now you gotta get your blood transfused because your pussy real dry and cracked.
What is happening? And then she's laughing. Like, this is the most insane thing we've ever covered, I think.
I agree. And I also, okay, so final thoughts are very complicated.
That's the last video.
My final thoughts are very complicated on this because part of me just wants to think like Marina's kind of like an angel online. She's got no issues. She's not controversial by any means. She's just a sweetheart. I feel like I want to exclude her from my conspiracy on the collusion. Like I don't think
I think she's making lemons out of lemonade. Making lemonade out of lemons and just like going along with it because it's funny and she has her car and she's happy.
After that last one, I'm kind of thinking, hear me out. I don't know for sure, and I can't say that I can even put it in my conspiracy theory, that Oaks Automotive and Lucy are for sure in on it together. I think Lucy is a level of unhinged that it does make sense that she would do things like this, either because she's overreacting or for
because
fun.
It's played. Yeah, I was like, either way, if they're involved or not, I feel like she is a level of unhinged that I don't think I don't know. She's might not be serious, but it's still weird.
No, she's super weird and super concerning and would absolutely terrify me IRL.
Yeah, like it's
100%.
kind of like, it's funny in these circumstances, but like it could go really unfunny really quickly.
Very quickly.
In another
I
situation,
agree.
yeah.
And I'm wondering if Oaks Automotive got this and just genuinely thought, this is so fucking funny, we have to post it. I do think that there are several inconsistencies that I can't rule them out 100% on being involved in this. Part of me is just like, even the fucking ringing of the phone where I'm just like, how could it record her calling them?
The way it sounded though, it's like usually, you know, when like if you're recording like intentionally just for like one phone call, your voice sounds clearer than the other person's, you know?
Right.
Theirs didn't. Theirs was both like mutually weird. So I think it's like a third party recording thing that just like as soon as the call is being
the ringing.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'll give them that. There is also the inconsistency of like their online presence, even though Jake's first thing was like, hello fuckers. And he's obviously like very, you know, it's an interesting branding for a car dealership.
It could read as he has a sense of humor. He wants to do like crazy stuff. They didn't have time. So they had started to launch it, had more important stuff to do, like, you know, sell cars. So then they stopped uploading. And then this happened coincidentally. And they were like, this is hilarious. We need to post this.
Yes. It makes sense that they, because we saw that first TikTok, like their character and like since it's family owned and stuff, I do see how they would post it over like my local like Dodge dealership or something. Yes. You know what I mean?
But then I do go back to the confidentiality of it and being like, yeah, it was Marina. Like
100%. And also fucking Lucy being like, I'm so happy for this family-owned business. The family-owned business.
I think she said it at least 10 times.
Business.
Yeah.
That is a little bit sus. I don't know. Guys, my hands are up. I'm not sure what's happening here. I just don't know. Do you know?
I'm kind of torn between like, do I want to know? Like kind of.
No,
but also
maybe
it's kind of fun.
Maybe that's the magic of it.
Yeah, it's just a mystery.
I kind of love that. What a fucking journey. I literally don't think I've thought that hard during anything we've ever covered.
There's a lot of whiplash. Like even when you thought that there could be no, just constantly. But also I may spend a bit of time.
You may look into Lucy's family lineage.
I think I'll look into Jake's, because I don't know if Lucy's her real name. So Jake feels like that has to be his real name. So if I can find out who Jake is, figure out his lineage, then see if there's anyone around that age, see if it's Lucy, do some cross-referencing.
There you go. Well, we'll see what comes of that. But anyway, what a fucking journey. That was insane.
That was wow. I really enjoyed that.
We love the internet?
Yes, correct.
And mine is easy peasy lemon squeezy because I already decided it when I saw that you didn't see the Tyra Banks clip. So Tyra Banks, a little bit of backstory here. Tyra Banks came up with hot ice cream. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Like spicy?
No, hot in temperature.
Like that seems like an oxymoron.
Yeah. And apparently it's been like created before. She's not like some sort of fucking genius, but like think like, I guess like warm milkshake. Yeah.
So it's melted.
No, it's hot. I'm not sure. She goes on and on about it. She's very passionate about it, as Tyra Banks is for everything. And honestly, one of my favorite lores to pretty much ever explore is like the America's Next Top Model fucking shit. The things that she has done on that show.
The Tyra show, like just...
Oh no, that's a whole separate... Yeah, it's insane. Judging from this clip, it does not matter how much older she gets, how much she's been criticized for things she's done on her show and things she's done on America's Next Top Model. This is just who she is. Like you could see it in her personality. She is so fucking weird. No, like she's literally fucking insane.
Like she gives off a little bit of Lucy Goosey's energy.
100%. Anyway, this is her describing. I'll just let you see it, but this clip is something.
Is it true that you have an exquisite palate? I've been told that your palate is refined.
Yes.
How did you refine it?
I'm a super taster.
Oh,
I can taste little nuances in things. Also, as soon as something touches my tongue, as soon as I can taste it.
Me too, honey. Me too. I don't know if you know this. That's how it works for everybody. Unless you don't have a tongue.
It's like, I don't feel like there's a huge delay.
Every single moment in that.
Wow.
So I'm a super taster. So I like to say I'm like an ice cream sommelier.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
So many people think I just put my name on this. I come up with 90% of our flavors.
Yeah.
I name all of them. I write every single description myself. I'm not a chef. I do work with like the best chefs in the world from America and from Australia. But it's my vision and I'm in there with them and we're like working it out.
Like she's so weird. Like she's actually so fucking weird. I'm a super taster.
It's giving like Debbie Ryan, like I went into the president of Disney Channel, but it's like turned up like a few notches to be like, okay.
And just like her entire expression, it must be so exhausting to be around her for a prolonged period of time. But anyway, Your turn.
Oh my God. I always just the clip of her interviewing Miley Cyrus on her show when she's like doing all of the like play on words. She's like,
I
hate it so much.
Have you seen her do that to fucking Beyonce?
No.
She's like, have you ever had a paranormal experience? Seance.
Yeah, no, like, I have. But it's like, I don't think I can't remember like Beyonce's reactions because Miley, I feel like, was pretty young. So she kind of was like, okay, like I'll play
regardless
along.
of their reaction, everybody got out of there and was like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
She's such a character. Anyway, what an episode this has been.
I'm just replaying that what we just watched in my head. I'm like, and then the guy who was like interviewing her is like, yeah.
Like, he just can't say anything bad because like, she's
weird.
on the fucking podcast, but he's just like, what are you talking about?
This made me laugh. I've seen it before. I think it's old, but it's a wife sent her husband this video. It says, my wife's just sent this video to me and I don't know if I should laugh or be afraid.
Oh no. Not the one dish. Come on, lady. Damn.
She gets progressively more aggressive with it. And I'm like, well, you don't throw it away. That's doing it for him then. That is diabolical.
Oh, there's no popcorn in it? Oh, no, hell no. Oh no.
Oh, nose up.
It
could be worse, but I understand.
I understand. I think that because I'm a little bit messy.
I was going to say, coming from me, it's rich because like, mine would be worse.
No, literally, I saw the one fucking dish in the place. I'm like, that's amazing. That's a really good day here.
Phenomenal.
But if that's important to you, then it should be important to your partner also. It's just not really important for me. And we're just kind of a little bit messy. And then we get our house cleaned every week and, we just make it work in between.
I just really enjoyed like the hand tapping.
Yeah.
I felt like it was a good communicator.
Almost. Well, anyway, guys, if you made it to the end, we appreciate you very much. But that is all we've got for you. What a wild ride today was. Wow, my head hurts.
I feel like we don't usually like implore you to leave a comment, but I would really love to know all of the theories below.
I think I need to go take ibuprofen.
And
my head actually does hurt.
We also, I think we asked for this last episode too, but it's going to be a recurring ask to have the different categories and nominations for our award show that is coming up because it's going to be here
this be
before
under?
You know it. And that was what I was going to ask. I'm like, this has to be nominated for something. I just don't know what it is.
I know. Fuck. Well, anyway, guys, that's all we've got. So we'll be going now. I need some rest and ibuprofen.
Yes.
But if you made it to the end, we appreciate you very much. And as always, we hope you have a wonderful weekend and we will see you on Monday. Bye.
Cheers.